think it's very striking, and it stands out amongst the other works here because I think it bridges the gap between the animal and the human. And the reason that I find it interesting is the aspect of the animal that is kept and the aspect of the human that is kept, and the fact that it's a female artist, and the human aspect of this piece is female. And obviously a praying mantis being known to pounce and grab you by the throat and kill you, and this is a woman, creating a woman and suggesting that it's someone who's sort of sitting waiting but to pounce, and but no, I think it's interesting because just in the sense that some areas like there's very few pieces of this, very parts of this piece that actually are human, the chest area and obviously behind and the actual shape itself, but essentially after that the rest and the face, but even the face looks like the face of a praying mantis, and even the shape of the body, it sort of tapers off into this kind of very sort of alien insect form, and it's just very strange to me. It's very strange to look at, and you come down to the bottom and you're sort of thinking, what is kind of going on with the sort of that it's sort of placed on, what is that, what is it? And I don't know, I wouldn't like to say what I think that might be, but I think it's interesting because it could just be left open to sort of just left clear, but it's sort of making you think, what is it, and what was the artist thinking? In terms of any greater meaning, I'm not too sure, but I don't know. I mean, I look at things from a very sort of naturalistic, very simplistic kind of way, and I wouldn't necessarily think of a greater kind of outer meaning, but in terms of other than in terms of what it may mean in terms of as a human being, like what does it mean to me? But I'm not hugely knowledgeable about art movements and things. I just see things and I like them or I don't. And in this case, I just think it's a very descriptive piece about sort of the human form, and the sort of it's making you think about what what actually it means to be human, and what possibly this person is saying about their gender, they're saying about who they are, and because you're then thinking, well, if she thinks of herself as a praying mantis, what psychology is going on there? What is it kind of? What is the point? Like, what is her feeling about it? And actually, you kind of get left with the feeling that this is kind of the artists themselves, and they're just this kind of dried up kind of sort of thing, just kind of sat there waiting to pounce and waiting to kind of, but then also at the same time, there's this sort of frail element to it. It's because you see the sort of strength in the arms and then the legs, and they come down and it goes to nothing, and it's sort of, it's very. It's sort of very weak in a way because you're not seeing feet, you're not seeing anything there. But it's sort of just there waiting to pounce. But in the same time, it's kind of it's something that I find very interesting. I've been looking at it for a while. It's a great piece. I think I'm always attracted to sculpture because I think it's 3D art form is a much more interesting idea, because 2D is great, but 3D you can really get a sense of a piece. You can get a sense of an idea of something of actually what the it's much more tactile. It's much more relevant and in front of you. Whereas with 2D you're just looking straight at an image. It's much more sort of you're much less involved. But with this you can see everything. You can see all the way around it. And I think that's why I'm drawn personally to sculpture, is because you can just feel like you're part of. You can start to understand, and you can start to feel that you're part of the thing, rather than you're experiencing it, rather than just being an outsider perspective to a window, and which is it's a window to somebody else. This is actually, you're here, you're in the moment, and you're kind of you can. It's not that you can touch it, but you can you can let it. You can experience it.